Why this ain't live? Hold up. Hold up. What's saying live? All right, let me put this up here. I don't know why that don't come up like that. Hello? 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 What? Huh? Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. Why they don't tell me how many? Woo! What's up, Squad? This is DC Kool-Aid. Lisa's in the background. Leilani's in the chat. If you want to join the chat, all you gotta do is click on the link that I'm gonna post down below. You can click on the chat. What's up, a view? Cause this is hold on. Let me scroll back up. Let me scroll up. What's up, AJ? That's Catrice's son. AJ, that's my little cuzzo. What's up, Hood? What's up, Willie Brown? What's up, everybody in the chat? For some reason, it's not telling me how many people in the chat over there. I don't know why. It's like stuck on 0. StreamYard might be acting funny, or it might be a YouTube thing.
23,
I don't know.
24.
Huh?
24.
24 people. I don't know what's going on with I don't know if it's YouTube or StreamYard, because I was having problems live streaming. Was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday when I went out with my what the heck I did? Friday, yesterday morning. When I was trying to stream with my phone, I couldn't even flip it. I had to go out, come back, delete, that type of thing, because for some reason it wouldn't work. So make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button. I know I ain't been doing no live streams lately. I ain't been doing nothing. That's another story. I'll be doing story time with being a grandparent with the grandbaby during the day. So I'm going to do live talking while the baby sleep, because that's the only time I think I can do talking, because when she's up, she wants your full attention. You can't move a certain way. You can't put her down or she's going to cry. So we're going to do baby talk, the experience of being a grandparent, my first time being a grandparent. So we open up the daycare for the grandbaby. I got a little whiteboard and everything. That's another time. But this time it's called DPS. It's like CPS, right? What is it called? Child Protective Service. Well, it's DPS, Dog Protective Service. All right. So I wasn't going to talk about it, but I kept saying I got to talk about this because I'm sure people in my neighborhood, they actually watch my videos, because number one, when I drive my car, on the back of my car, it say DC Kool-Aid, YouTube. So 9 times out of 10, they watching. And I'm sure they listening. Or somebody going to say, did you hear what she said? Really? I don't care. So, Leilani, you made me laugh when I text you. When I text you, what's up, is Tell the Truth, Paulina, Debbie. When I text you and told you about the what I'm about to talk about. I don't know. If you have animals or pets that go outside, press 1 in the chat. If you got a dog that you walk outside, press 1 in the chat. So then that'll let me know how many people had dogs and stuff. Press 1 in the chat. So if you have a dog you walk or you let outside or whatever the case is, how you do it, press 1 in the chat. Because I know a lot of people got dogs. Some people got cats. And some people just like dogs and just don't even have a dog. It's understandable, because dogs, one, they cost a lot. You got to keep up the maintenance, groomings and teeth. And then you got to, what else?
They need attention.
They need attention. Never grows up. Like Lisa said, it's a child that never grows up at all. Say something, Leilani. I got to turn my sound up.
Something.
Why is not? I don't see the thing moving.
Something.
Say something again.
Something.
You must be far away, because I know it ain't me.
Yeah.
So, like I say,
Let me look at the settings. Maybe I got my mic low.
I got my thing all the way pushed up.
Okay, let me turn it up a little bit.
There you go.
Okay.
Because you sound like you was in the basement, far down in the basement, in the hole somewhere.
But depending on whose channel I be on, sometimes I have to turn it down, because other people's mic's so loud it repeats in mine.
Oh, you get the echo feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I posted the link to the panel if you want to get on the panel and talk about whatever happened to you. But let me tell you my story. What happened to me? What happened to me was I was walking Jack's, and
That's not the link, DC. You put the YouTube up there.
I didn't
That's
press.
not the panel.
I thought I pushed the panel. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Well, share that stream out. Ah, share that out, please. There you go. My bad. Sorry. So anyway, I was walking Jackson Bentley in the morning, and I had my headphones on, of course, listening to YouTube. You know, I got a lot of people that go live in the morning time. So sometimes I just, put the headphones on and I walk the dogs and I just listen in my ear. So you know how when you live in a neighborhood, we've been around in this neighborhood, what, going on 4 years? About 4 years. We've been around here 4 years, so we pretty much know the neighbors, and they pretty much know us, and we pretty much don't have no. Well, we didn't have any problems. And keep in mind the type of neighborhood we live in is predominantly Caucasians, a few Asians, the Africans live back there. I think we I think we're the only like African American people that live in the neighborhood in this, what you call it, the circle, because it goes in a circle. You go out, or you go back, or you go left. That's a dead end. That take you to the main highway. That takes you to the main highway. So it's like a circle, and so we the only like African Americans that live in this corridor area, and pretty much everybody speak, everybody get along. A lot of people got dogs. Like when I say a lot, I never lived in a neighborhood where so many people got dogs, and not just any dog. They got like expensive dogs, and it's like I'll be like, wow. Then there's a lot of what's those dogs? There's a lot of golden retrievers. It's like I get them mixed up because one I did a video of me walking Jax, and the dog, he was looking at Jax, and Jax was looking at him, and I say, what I say? I say, fuck you, Tony. And you know how that commercial, that thing goes. So TikTok. That TikTok thing go. So I did a video of
What's
that.
your name?
Yeah. What's your name? My name Tony. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Tony. Whatever. So I know that dog, because that dog name is what's that dog name? I just went blank. Oh my gosh, I knew the dog because every time we go by, I always say hi to your friend Jax. That's your friend. And Jax would be like looking and everything. Hugo, his name Hugo. And then we got
I was
Oz.
trying to think. I was going to say Bruno.
His name Hugo. His name is Hugo. And then he's a light tannish golden retriever. And then we have Ozzy, is a white, I don't know what kind of dog. That's one of them little Smithson dogs. Got the hair that hangs, not the Yorkie, but it's like one of them show dogs. He lives over there. His mama always, that's the African American, not African American, those the Africans. They say how they just don't. They say they dog bad. He not bad. I think he's a cool dog. But he got in trouble, so they had him in the house, and he was barking one day. And then we have what's the other dog? We got so many. Put it this way, we got so many dogs. Charles know all the dogs' names. I'm still learning them. Charles know all the dogs' names. He said, "You know, it's a damn shame. I know all the dogs' names, then the people name." I said, "That's funny as hell." You know all the dogs' names and don't know the owners. Well, I know Steve. Steve next door across. I know, but I don't know his dog name. Teddy. Yes, Steve, and then it's Teddy. Teddy's the dog. Now I don't know what kind of dog that is. That's one of them show dogs too. He one of them tall ones, and he bounced around. I thought it was like, like the big poodles, but it's not one of them. I don't know what kind of dog that is. I'm gonna have to start taking pictures of the dogs and just look. This the dog I was talking about. This the dog I'm gonna tell you about. But no, the dog. There's a lot of them, like I said. But then there's this one brown golden retriever, and we always see him, but I never knew his name up until one time when we first moved around here. I knew the dog name, but you see so many dogs you forget unless you see the dog on a regular. So what happened was, I was walking Jackson Bentley, and I had my headphones on, listening to YouTube. Somebody was talking early in the morning. So, that keep me busy because I take the long route. I walk all the way around. So we wasn't out the house but good less than 5 minutes. And little dogs, 5 minutes is a long time because they do. I don't know about you, Leilani. I don't know if you walk Magua, but they gotta sniff everything, and then they gotta go over
Yeah, my
here.
guy take forever.
Then they gotta sniff every blade of grass. So if you're trying to get your dog walking in with dogs that just don't want to keep walking, you're not gonna get it in. So I was just doing my little. Let me go outside and go outside for a little bit. That's what I was doing. So we goes outside, and the Caucasian guy apparently this is one thing you don't do. Don't go reaching for somebody's dog, even though you know them. Just make sure it's okay. Don't just go reaching. So we walking, and I got my headphones on. Like I said, I'm not paying attention. I'm like they walking doing their things. It's early in the morning, so apparently he reached for Jax, and Jax, what he do? Nipped him.
Mm.
But I didn't know because I had headphones on and it was loud. And I saw the man walk. I thought he just spoke to Jackson, just walked away. I didn't know he actually literally just went for it. Because 9 times out of 10, I'd be like, Jax, if he don't know you, he ain't gonna mess with you. Like we had Charles' family come over here last week to see the baby and everything. Jax was fine because dogs feel that energy. So he didn't try to bite the kids because his brother bought the kids. They had like 3 kids, and they were big little kids, big kids, 2 years old, 5, 7, 8, whatever. And his mom was there. Jax ain't do nothing to them. And then Charles' dad came today. All Jax wanted to do was jump on him. He didn't do anything. So dogs have that instinct when they feel like you really they ain't for you.
Mm.
So after that, I ain't paying no mind. So I went on a walk, half an hour, 40 minutes around and let them do their thing. Came back around and came in the house, and Lisa gave them a treat, and I'm doing my thing. So apparently I had to go in the garage for something. And Nick, what was Nick doing? Nick was going to take the trash out through the front door. I was going to the garage to my car to do something, and I overhear Nick say, yeah, he got all his shots. So I'm like, what? So I said, excuse me. By then he had walked. He was like, okay, I'm all right. I hear him telling Nick, okay, that's all I want to know. So then by the time when I heard that, the man was at the corner because it's only our house, then it's a house, and then that's the corner. So he didn't even have far to walk. So next thing you know, I'm like, excuse me, everything all right? Because I could have literally just ignored him, but I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know something that happened like that. So when I go talking to him, he was like, no, he said, your son said he got his shots. So I'm like, did he bite you or something? He said, yeah, he kind of nipped me and it drew blood. I just want to make sure I don't have no rabies or nothing like that. So I'm like, it's understandable. I said, yes, he has his shots. So he was like, okay, well, I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure because I don't want no rabies and blah, blah, blah. He just kept on. I'll be fine. So he left. So what y'all think? What you think after that? If somebody do all that, what would you think? Huh?
I think he's full of shit.
No, if he said he's fine and he just wanted to make sure, he don't have rabies. So he left. So me personally,
but I'm not, see, my problem is it wasn't a homeless dog that was running around the street that bit him. It was a dog on a leash with clothes on. He knew that dog didn't have no damn rabies. He full of shit.
So
what you want, sir?
Like it's something that's just out there, and dogs can catch it like they get fleas. It's not. It's not something you just get. It's something that, and trust me, if a dog gonna get rabies, he's gonna get it regardless of whether or not he had shots. And he's gonna have to be in an environment to get it. And that man knew that.
So hold on. So Debbie Howard just said you would think it is over. Right. That's where I was at. So by then, I'm thinking, okay, he said he all right. The dog got his shots, and it's fine. and he left. He said, I'll be okay. He was gone. I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, okay. So I came in the house and said, Jax, don't do that no more. You know. So I went on about my business. Y'all know a week later on a Sunday morning, I don't know, I think I just turned on some church music and was just like, chilling. And I get a call on my phone, but I don't answer numbers that I don't recognize. If I don't recognize, leave a message. If you really want to get a hold of me, then I'll return the call. So I checked the voicemail. What 40 minutes later, because I forgot all about the damn phone ring. 45 minutes later, I checked the phone. And it said, this is animal control. My name is, let's say, Steve. And I was trying to get a hold of it because your dog had bit someone in the neighborhood. So I'm like, oh shit, now I got to call these people. By now, the pressure went up. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing came to my head was, this folk just called animal control. After he just said he was all right and fine. So I called back 45 minutes later, like after I saw, I'm like, hi, Mr. Steve, I'm blah, blah, blah. You called me earlier in reference to my dog biting someone in the neighborhood. He said, oh, yeah. And I was just calling because I had got a call in reference to your dog, Jax. And I'm like, okay, biting someone in the neighborhood. And I said, sir, he was like, well, can you explain? Because I was about to explain anyway. He was like, explain what happened. I said, well, I was walking my dog, had my headphones on, and apparently he must have reached down for my dog. Normal people would say, can I touch your dog? Or they just mind their business or let the dogs interact with each other. Jax interact with dogs differently with people. Now, certain people, like I say, he don't take well, and certain people, he just mind his business or whatever. But if he had his dog, he would have basically, which he did, he had his dog, but he would have interact with his dog better than he interact with him. Let's say that. So I was telling the guy on the phone from animal control, I said, look, the guy told me he was fine after he talked to my son. And it so happened I was out there. I was coming out at the same time he was leaving. And he told me that he was fine. He just wanted to make sure my dog ain't had rabies. I even told the guy, I said, I have Banfield on my phone, which all Jack shot records are up to date. Now, you want to he could have asked me, can I see the shot records? I don't believe he actually went this route because me personally, I don't like to cause drama within where I live at because then there are going to be issues. And I told him, I said, he shouldn't have even went to you if he told, I told him everything. He said, yeah. He was like, I just want to make sure, I see that Jax has his shot records. I see everything that, so I'm just letting you know, that he did call in reference to your dog and we got to make note what happened, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, fine. By then, he was like, any questions? I said, I want to know how you got all my information. Instead of me asking him anything else, I want to know how did he get all my information versus, and then I know after Lisa told me and my sister told me, once, they call animal control, he know our house. They pull it up. They see it in Banfield. Banfield got every last information on my dog, where we live, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay. I left it alone. I was on fire that day. I was like, like I say, this happened last month. And it just been boggling me because I'm gonna tell you why it's been boggling me because when we go out the house, 9 times out of 10 somebody walking the dog, they speak, hey, even if it's just me going out the house or Brittany going out the house, or we all speak to one another. So one day me and Nick was out about 3 weeks ago. We was out, and the guy that I haven't seen to this day, like on a like a close by thing, what he's been doing is he's been darting me, like if he see me when I was pulling up to go park, I was about to back inside the garage. He was at the corner talking to the lady. By the time I turned my face around, he was gone. Right. Another time I had ran out and got some food coming down from the main highway to come down to the house. He was on the corner with his wife, his dog, a lady, and another dog. They were standing there talking, and it was during the daytime. I had ran out for lunch. And I'm pulling up by the park. They were walking. No, they were walking. They stopped walking and they stayed there. I even opened up the blind just to see if he could come past the house. He would not walk past. He stayed on that corner. So the other day, this was last week, Brittany was like, "Ma, I ain't seen that man late. I ain't seen that man." And the whole time I was seeing him stop, move, let me go this way. Brittany was like, "Ma, does the man has a brown golden retriever?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah, he looked and then he continued to walk the other way." Now, the crazy part is, if you don't want nothing started in your neighborhood or no drama in your neighborhood, why would you bring that shit to your neighborhood? Now you playing, let me go this way, let me go that way, let me stand right here before they leave. That got to be the most dumbest stuff you got to put up with. And like, what's that? Remember I said Bentley was barking outside out back in the yard? And all of a sudden I was like, why is they barking out back in the yard? Because normally if they barking out back at the gate, is either they working on a house over there or the man next door cat is up there. That's it. The man cat wasn't there and they weren't working on a house. Guess who I see walking out back in the grass that never walked back there? Huh, Leilani? Who I see?
Mr. Full of Shit. This is proof that he full of shit.
Yeah, he's walking his dog because he is like, what they call that? Like, you know how a median of grass, like the grass separate those houses right there. So it's like from a room to room space. So don't nobody walk their dogs back there because you can walk it and then come around and then you can go around that way or whatever. I guess he walking to avoid to come this way because you can't really see out there unless you stare or do like this because we got the wooden gate. So it's hard to see through there. So I was like, why is they looking? You know me, I'm like this. Why is they barking back there? And I left them out. I said, y'all go ahead and bark. Y'all outside. One is only 11 o'clock in the morning, about to be 12. So they ain't the dirt. They dogs. They outside. That's what they do. But he literally walks around or stop, don't move. Charles haven't seen him yet. Charles haven't seen him, but I seen him like 4 times. And missed the 4 times he avoided me. And it's been a month. And like I said, if he's watching this video or somebody tell him watch it doesn't make sense to do all that. If I told you that he had his rabies shot, you could have asked. You went to a bigger level, And like my sister, I told my sister, I said, if I was that same person before I moved to Virginia, when I lived in D.C., for years. I mean, when I say years, I grew up in D.C. I lived where it's dominantly somebody do something, we gonna flatten your tires, that type of shit living. I've been there when you take the hubcaps because somebody took your hubcaps. I think logically now, but back then, if that would have happened back then, oh yeah, he would have moved. He would have moved because I would have made his life motherfucking hell. Because you don't do that to people in your neighborhood. Like I said, if you want to know something or you had questions or you want to show proof, all you had to do was ask. And I wasn't even thinking because I was like, damn, he bit him. He ain't got no rabies. I wasn't even thinking, look, let me show you his records. I wasn't thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if dog bit me, you got your shot records? Let me see. Okay, fine, we cool. Let me go, I had it when I had to take the shot, stuff like that. But
Cujo.
But don't come at don't go looking for trouble. Was it trouble? Causing issues in your neighborhood where you lay your head at. Because like I say, back then it would have been a different story if it was me back then. I'm not that person no more. So it's just something I don't do. But it crossed my thoughts. My thoughts don't allow me to go up too far though, because I'm too old for that shit. But how would you feel, Leilani, if somebody done that to you?
Daddy probably got told off because number one, don't reach for my dog. Why are you reaching for my dog? Don't do that.
Right.
You don't do that to any dog. If you want to see if you can pet a dog, you hold your hand out and see if the dog gonna sniff it, maybe give it a kiss, and then maybe you could touch the dog. You don't reach for nobody's dog. I don't care who it is.
Because one,
How
you can
small the
slap
dog is, how big the dog is, you don't reach for dogs.
them.
Like that's his fault. And then he gonna go report some stuff. Report yourself for being stupid.
Well, the guy was like, the guy on the phone from animal control. He was like, "You right." I said, because I said we got so many dogs in the neighborhood, sir. Some dogs, I told the guy on the phone, I was like, there are times where I be like, "Is it all right for me to touch your dog?" And they be like, "Fine," because the dog be all on me, but I don't want to just reach. And then some people will walk by, "Oh no, my dog is really aggressive," or "My dog sometimes." Like I tell them, my dog sometimes. It depends on the person. My dog don't like everybody.
My guy just let Papa touch him for the first time today.
And it's
My
a
guy
Shih Tzu.
too.
I think it's a Shih Tzu thing. Some Shih Tzus are very like Bentley. You can touch him. Bentley will let you pick him up. He don't even you. Bentley ain't got to know you. Bentley would get stolen. That's what Bentley is.
See, that's not my guy. Now my guy gonna be noticed. He gonna be nosy. He gonna get close. He gonna be smelling at you, looking at you. But don't you reach, because he finna cuss you out.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna back up and cuss you out.
Yeah, that was just crazy, because I never got called, not no animal control, never. And the crazy part was my dog Callie, before she passed and got old and sick, she was the aggressive one. Callie didn't want to do nothing with nobody unless she knew the people in his house, and that was sometime too. She was a Chihuahua Papillon. So sometimes she want to sit on your lap, but let you go reach for her for some reason. Oh my gosh, that was aggressive dog. I ain't even have a call for her. And as much as I tell her, don't you reach, don't you touch her. Shoot. We had to walk around other dogs. Let's cross the street. And she was little. She was small like Bentley. But I don't know. Like I said, when you dealing with people that has dogs, or if you don't have a dog, make sure you ask the owner, can you touch the dog? Is it all right for you to touch the dog? Because you don't know. Dogs, you can startle a dog. I think he might have startled him because they might have been just walking. Like I said, nobody was out there, and all of a sudden he come out of nowhere, and then he reached for him, and that's it. I'm like, okay, now what? Here we go.
Were you standing still at the time, or you was walking?
I was walking, and then they had stopped at, how you walking, and then the dog stopped at the like the little hydrant things. That's like the hydrant, because it's either the hydrant or it's the mailbox poles and shit, because they be sniffing other dogs and stuff. And that I can't remember if they stopped or we keep walking, because we was just walking. We was mind our business. It was a nice morning, and I'm like, let's go. Because normally Nick walked the dog and Charles walked the dog. And that morning I said, Charles, I'm going to go ahead and walk him. And I'm like, the day I choose to walk him, this is what happens. And I'm glad it happened on my watch, because, I wouldn't want that to happen on Charles or Nick's watch. Because we had a man knock on the door Thursday, Wednesday, one of them days back, and he had a dog, and I'm looking in the camera, right? I'm looking at the camera at the front door like this, right? And I'm like, Charles, there's a man at the door with a dog. And I was like, oh shit, Nick walked the dog last. I don't feel like this today, right? But the man, we got the same address numbers. He was looking for mail. I was like, ooh, because I was listening. I was like this. He better not say nothing. Because I'm gonna tell you something about neighborhoods. When you move in a neighborhood, you got these little what they call it, cliques, with all they then you got that one that gonna tell on it, and don't mess with them because that dog, da da da. And I'm sure that's what happens, because you know how they do. Them black folks over there, and they got that dog. But you know what I told Lisa? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Laylon, I ain't gonna lie. I told Lisa, I told my sister, I said, the first thing came to my head was, I don't want to sound way I'm about to sound, but it is what it is. This man think because we over here living over here, and our house is one of the biggest houses next to the biggest house. Then it becomes small houses, and then there's a bigger house on the end. So I felt like he was like they done moved up in here. They don't have no insurance for this dog. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I grew up in, like I said, I grew up in DC. You ain't had to worry about insurance. You can take your dog, get shot, so you don't. You just have a dog. That's how it was. That's what it is when I lived in DC. You know, you got a dog, do what you do with the dog. I didn't know nothing about taking care of like getting shots and insurance and all that when I was growing up. I just saw people dogs and they look scruffy or raggedy or dirty, and they just had a dog, and some of them they look like they just got a dog, right? And the first thing came to my head when I told Lisa and my sister was, these people think we ain't got no insurance. You know what I'm saying? I said, I bet you he probably trying to sue me and shit. And I ain't
I think he
thinking,
came over there to see what you had. He came over there to inspect,
right,
look how many cars you had, what you had, and
right.
thought he was gonna get something.
Yeah, because why you call animal control after we done had this conversation? And he's like, oh, she got a truck, she got the Dodge, they got the Nissan, they rent vehicles, they always going somewhere, they always got Amazon coming, they always got food coming.
You got YouTube on your car. He looking.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought he was gonna get or what he thought. But I thought my whole thought process, I wasn't even thinking that Leilani. I was more thinking like this mofo think I ain't got no insurance for my dog. That's what he was thinking. He was thinking that, and he's gonna sue me for some reason.
And now he feels stupid and he trying to hide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I sure enough go outside. I go outside, and I was going to wash my car the other day because it was hot outside. But then, when you watch a baby, a 3-month-old baby, whew, you don't be want to do nothing in the evenings. I found out. This is my first Saturday actually where I've been chilling at home because every Saturday was something. We got to be somewhere. We got to do something. Sunday, the same thing. So here it come Monday through Friday. I'm back to daycare. I watching my baby. And next thing you know, by the evening time, I'm like, I gotta tell this story. I'm gonna have to figure this out, some kind of way of getting back doing story time and doing videos because it's hard to do videos watching a baby all day long. Oh, Debbie said that karma kicking his butt. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what he thought, but my sister was like, when you see him, you need to say, hey, how you doing? And I know I'm gonna do it one day, just out to see how he probably gets shocked. Like, oh, I'm doing. We might not say nothing. We will see. Cause I speak in a minute on purpose. Like I ain't dummy. Then I started to say, when I saw him out back, I started to say, oh, thanks for calling animal control. The guy was real nice and he understood where I was coming from. But I said, I ain't gonna. I'm just gonna let it go. I ain't no tit for tat person, but like I said, you ain't gonna stop me from going out my house. You the one running around trying to dodge people, not me. You gonna see me come as I go, walk where I go, mailbox down the street, wherever. I'm not in the playground right over there too. We go sit in the playground, get on the swing, mind our business. You the one gotta come outside and walk that dog. But I'm sure he told neighbors. I'm sure he did. That dog bit me. So. Mm-mm. I don't know what story he showed, but that's why I was asking, have you had any problems in your neighborhood with Magua? So, anything you guys say, babe, about the whole incident? Nope. She gonna went to sleep on me, y'all.
No, on our street, we really the only people that be outside unless you go all the way down by Papa's, and then it's just kids. Like nobody is really outside on our street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just the only person that walk a dog is us. Nobody else, like they dogs just run around, in the yard. They don't never walk them anywhere.
I'm gonna do a video one day. It's supposed to be warm. It's supposed to get warm one of them days next week. And I'm gonna just go outside in the evening once Brittany and them get off of work and show y'all how many dog walkers, because you don't like here the neighborhood is really quiet. You don't hear nothing. We can open up the windows. You don't really hear nothing. So like if I play my music, I close the window because I don't want to be disrespectful to the neighbors. Where during the daytime, you don't see nobody. And the kids come home from school, they go on the playground. By the time you look, they gone. They out there for maybe an hour or two, and they gone. And then you got the dog walkers. They go, but you don't hear too much around here. It's crazy, but there's a lot of people that has dogs. It's a lot, and I'm gonna record so y'all can see all these pretty dogs that's running the streets with these owners. This one lady had 4 Shih Tzu. One died, then she got 2 more. I'm like, that's a lot of dogs. And then she asked us, "Do y'all want another dog?" This lady done had puppies. I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. We got Jackson Callie and the baby. I mean Jackson Bentley and the baby. So I don't need no more dogs. Mm-mm. I can find some homes for you." It's crazy.
Now our street isn't even considered part of the neighborhood. Like there's a neighborhood if you go behind us,
Mm-hmm.
one street back, there's a whole neighborhood. But our street, it's a dead end, and then on the opposite side, like I told you, there's a farm over across from Papa's,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's this this house that they be renting out for parties and stuff that they also be putting animals on. And then the last house, she used to have a huge daycare, so she got this huge, it's like half an acre at least of
Mm-hmm.
all this land where it used to be like her playground area.
Mm-hmm.
So our street, it's literally, it's just a street by itself. It's not considered neighborhood, you know.
Okay.
So we don't really have people to worry about.
Yeah, but like I say, the neighborhood is pretty quiet and people are really friendly. They remind me down south. Like if they drive past, they wave. So
Mm.
it reminds me of South. Only thing different, is no that's different from down south. Ain't nobody just walking up in your house. I'm talking about, hey, anybody home? How y'all doing? Blah blah blah. It's not like down there, but it's pretty decent, quiet neighborhood. People just mind their business. People speak. But that incident right there, I mean, that kind of took me back in the DC days. Shoot, I was like, no, this motherfucker didn't do that. Oh my God, Leilani, I was on 100.
Yeah,
No,
when you had sent me the text, I was like, reported you for what? What they gonna
yeah.
say about Jax? I'm like, they couldn't say he was mistreated. Oh, now I did get a call one time, but my dad's wife is the one who did the calling. My
Right.
dad, my dad left here to go to East right before we sold my other house.
Uh-huh.
So he went down to clean the house out and see if anything he painted, whatever, so Papa could sell the house. As soon as he hit the road, his wife jumped up and packed all her stuff into a U-Haul and decided to move, to leave. And so they had 2 dogs. She took one and left the other, and then called the DPS to say, somebody done abandoned this dog at this house.
What?
But the thing is, my papa is the nosiest person in the world, and he see everything. And so as soon as she went to, had that U-Haul in front of the house, he already knew it. I don't know if he had walked to check the mail, if he was just walking to the end of the road, because Papa always, like, several times a day would walk down to the end of his driveway. So he had called me, and he was like, Dana down there moving.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you check on the dogs.
That's crazy.
So I had, I went over there after that, after he told me that, and I, made sure that the dog had water. I was like, well, it's only one dog here. Made sure he had water, gave him some food, came on back. Now, she also, when she left, she turned the electricity off and the water.
Oh
And
shit.
it was summertime. It was hot. It was 100+ degrees.
She was
She
going
turned off
hard.
the electricity and the water. So I just, brought water with me and fed the dang dog, gave him water, came on back.
That's messed up.
So I had to go put the water in my name. This house, the water been in my name before I ever lived in this house. This is the house that it was. So, yeah, she called DPS, and then, the next day I came to give him water again. And when I was pulling up, the truck was sitting in the driveway. And he's like, oh, you the one that's feeding and watering the dog? And I was like, uh-huh. He's like, okay, because I got a report that somebody abandoned the dog, but every time I look, the dog has been fed and watered. And I was like, yeah, my dad went to Texas to, do some work, and his wife decided to move out and turn everything off while she was gone. But I got the dog.
That's
And he was like,
crazy.
oh, okay. But that's, she's the one who did it.
But you know what happened to my ex-girlfriend, her daughter dogs? And ever since then, I be making sure. I always check. I be like, I would not do that. It was summertime. And down North Carolina, it's like extremely hot down there in the summer. So, you know how you let your dogs out back? Her sister had let her niece dogs out back. And they were like a chihuahua. They were like a chihuahua and something else. They were little, like our dogs. Well, not like Jack's, but like little. And
Jack's big.
they come the niece come home, her both dogs dead out back. They had no water, and it was like 90-something degrees outside.
Oh no, you gotta give them water. And shade. They need water and some shade.
I was like, damn. So always make sure in the summertime, don't do that. And I don't understand how people put dogs on chains and leave them out back. I don't get it.
That's those people that really don't like dogs. They really don't like them, but they want to have one. So they just get one and tie it up.
I don't get that. Why they do that? I don't know what they purpose. I mean, they big. Shoot, they be some pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as when I come, they can be locked up.
Yeah, that's the people that say they dog people, but they don't want the dog to touch them, look at them, be near them. You're not dog people, then don't have one.
Yeah, they can have them damn pit bulls and Rottweilers and German Shepherds. I done seen it all. They have them chained up, locked up to a tree, and everything. They can go so many feet, and them suckers when they see you coming, they're like they about to. I'm like, wait a minute, I would buy y'all alarm system for that. For real.
And if somebody say something to them about the dog, they'd be like, I love my dog. Don't worry about my dog. He's well taken care of. No, he's not. He's not well taken care of.
He's locked up to a tree. He only goes so many feet. Come on now.
And then sometimes they be wrapping themselves up to where they don't have no walking room at all. They just against the tree.
And then they not clean. And then the ones that got just dirt out there, just dirt and mud. Uh-huh. I'm like, how they do that? They all right. I'm like, okay.
He better than you. Okay, if you say so.
Keep your dog. Like I'm like this. So when I do come over, I stop going because I hate seeing it. But the point was when I did go over there, I'd be like, whoo, at least they on that chain. I don't do big dogs. If I'm gonna do a big dog, I have to have a lot of space, and I have to get it as a puppy and learn it have to grow with me, because I never liked big dog because I had this lady had this big dog that bit me. What saved me was I had a flight jacket on and it didn't go all the way through. But she had told me go in the kitchen and get something off the counter to snack because she had made snack tray and all that. And all I did was went over there to go get something, and that dog said, "Huff." I said, time to go. And I left. I ain't stay a second. That was it. I left. She was trying to apologize. I put him up. Nope, I am good. I am so good. Yep. So that's all I had to talk about. I just, it was just a mind blower that, like I say, when you move in a neighborhood and everybody's cool with you, and out of nowhere, the guy, I don't know why he had to take it that far. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have took it that far. I would have made sure, let me see the shot papers, because I like to keep the peace in the neighborhood where I originally come from. There was no peace, There was always somebody there trying to, either cause a confusion or they break in your cars or they steal what you got, or if you did something or you looked at them wrong, shoot, my back window was broken out. I had so many flat tires. I had people stole my speaker boxes in the neighborhood. These are the neighborhood people. I was used to that. So what I do, I used to retaliate, and I go back and do some shit and damage shit because that's who I was back then. But when I moved out Virginia, it's been over 20 years now. I learned, doing stuff tit for tat or getting back, it doesn't make come back. It doesn't pay to do that. But for him to do that, that wouldn't have worked back then. That wouldn't have worked. He would have moved by now. He probably moved 2 days later because that been an ongoing thing. Oh, you want to? But I was pissed. I was pissed.
He knew what he was doing.
I don't even know if he come and apologize to me for calling them people. What I don't know.
Oh, he ain't gonna apologize. That's why he hiding. He can't apologize.
I don't know.
Because
But
he was hoping he was gonna figure out a way. He was gonna do him some suing, and he thought he was gonna get him some money.
right, I'm over here struggling. You know what I'm saying? I'm making ends meet like everybody else. How you just gonna roll up and call people like you about to whatever? It don't work like that. So, all right, guys, make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't forget. And don't forget to subscribe to Leilani's Kitchen. Leilani's Kitchen. Put your thing in the chat so people can just click on it so they can go subscribe. But other than that, how the girls doing? They quiet.
They down to Papa's. They both good. Rayon went down there because she wants to earn some money for her trip. She's going on a college tour. She's going to is University of Houston? Okay. No, TSU. She's going to TSU.
Okay.
In at the end of April. So she wants to earn some money.
Yeah, my long distance best friend, she came from Sanford, North Carolina to bring her niece and her niece mom to Howard University. They had a junior day at Howard University, which is in DC. You ain't put it up there yet? What you waiting on?
It wouldn't copy. There you go.
I was like, come on now. I already said
But yeah, they're going to tour the college, they're going to NASA, and then they're going to is it Kima Boardwalk? I think Kima Boardwalk. They're gonna be there for like 3 days, 4 days.
Oh, that's good.
So they got, hotel room. They're gonna share a room with one other person.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a curfew. They got to be in their rooms by 9 p.m. But they can like chill in the lobby until then. During when they have free time.
Well, you know what? That's good. Because that give them that experience.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they did that way to for Nick when we went to VCU.
So it was the trip itself was $500. Well, that's what it was supposed to be, was $500,
mm-hmm.
which I had gotten 400 of it together and was going to make the last payment. And he sent her home this note that showed, it said trip $500.
What?
Balance due -50. And I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to call him. I had to send him a text and get him to call me back. And because Rayon was the only one who was almost paid in full. Like he had a bunch of kids that wanted to go, but nobody had that much money.
Right.
So him and his partner did some fundraising, and they came up with enough money to lower it to $350.
Okay.
Well, so Rayon has $50 extra, but she might not be able to get that back until after the trip. Because we were like, that can be part of your spending money, but he's not going to give it back. So until after.
Okay.
So, she's trying to get, earn some money from Papa for some spending money. And then she also want to buy some old clothes and stuff.
All right. That's cool. How far is that from where you live?
It's in Houston. It's 8 hours.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to figure out how far that was from your house.
Yeah, Houston's 8 hours.
Okay. That's not bad. If you do go there, it's not like a whole long gotta hop a flight. You can drive there.
Well, that's where we're from. So grandma's there, my mama's there, my aunt is there. So
that's good too. You got family.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids go out of state and they don't have nobody there, and then they get into some issues.
Right. And that's what I was telling her, like, because Papa really wants her to go to school in Oklahoma. And I'm like, I don't want to try and force y'all to stay here.
Mhm.
But, Houston is a good place because you got people around you. Like, I went to school, I went away to Abilene, but I'm a different kind of person. I'm fine with being alone. So it didn't bother me. But Rayon is
You
not
like
so
one of them
fine
people.
being alone. She's not.
They be like, she always sitting there by herself.
Yeah, so Rayon is not quite. I mean, she is. She's kind of like me, but at the same time, when something's wrong, mama, mama,
Uh-huh.
both of them they coming running. For me, when I was growing, when something was wrong, I ain't had no mama to run to.
See.
It was just me, so I just had to deal with stuff. So it's different.
Yeah, I know, because Brittany was like that. Nick kind of like that. He'd come down and be like, hey, Mom. And I'd be looking over there to see what he about to say. What happened was. Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good place. She can because my house isn't there, so they'll let her stay in a dorm because if she stays here, she can't stay in a dorm because they know I live here, so they won't let her be in a dorm like that.
Right.
But if she go there, she can be have the dorm life and blah blah blah. But she got a great grandma and a grandma,
Yeah, but she got peoples,
yeah,
which is
just in
good.
case.
She got peoples.
She need to do laundry and she out of quarter. She could. I need to come wash clothes. Come on and wash clothes. I cook you something. She'll be all right. She'll be all right.
All right, let me get up off of here. I'm hungry. I gotta find something to eat.
I had some eggs. I made me some eggs and bacons.
We had that this morning. I made grits, eggs, and bacon, and did me some fried onions. So yeah, it was good. That was this morning though. I ain't
I
ate
still got
since.
some of mine left. I'll never finish it, so I still got a little eggs and
I
bacon.
had some left, but I was like, I don't want this.
Add something to it. Put a little something with it, and
I
it'll be
don't want
different.
this.
It'll be different. Slice of avocado with it. It's a
I
whole
don't eat
different
that.
meal.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Okay, cook a potato with it.
I
Add
don't want that.
something to it, and it's different.
I don't want that. You
Some
going live
rice.
today? Or you gonna just
Rice. Scramble it together and make fried rice.
whatever? You going live today or tomorrow? To see
Um,
them?
I might go live in color or what I really want to do. I know I have to delete it, but I want to do like like the music association type thing. I really want to do that.
I want us to play Uno again like we did the last time.
Oh, I gotta find some Uno cards. I think they might.
I got 2 packs, but I gotta go hunting them down. I don't know where they at.
I think they're in my travel bag.
You gotta get some more people because that was fun when we all did that day. We had a bunch of people
If
playing
they're
Uno.
in my travel bag, we can do Uno. I think they are.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get up off here. I see y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Really? You hear me when I ask you something?